the glitch to some technical issues beyond our control. But nice to be back, and we're still having talking points as regards Nigeria's chaos at the camp as regards training grant given to local athletes, $1,000, and those on the foreign base, $5,000, causing some rift there. And moving forward to other stories concerning the Tigress. But before we do that, just to let you know that we've got two guests joining us via Zoom. We've got ex-international Femi Ajilore, who is joining us right here from the Federal Capital Territory as we look at grassroots football, developing the kids from the grassroots. Just some few weeks ago, they had the Abuja Kiddies League wrapping up. And also we've got coach Chris Onokbeku, who is a CAF licensed coach, joining us via Zoom in Lagos. Good morning, gentlemen. Thank you for joining us on Talk Sports. Good morning, Chris Onokbeku. Thank you for joining us on Talk Sports.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
All right, and Femi Ajilore, thank you for also joining us on the program.
Yeah, good morning. It's nice to be with you.
All right, let's look at first of all, let's look at the Olympics. Generally speaking, Nigeria not doing so well at the Olympics. But one of the sad stories that came out this morning is the fact that there's an infighting as regards payment of training grant to the local lads, $1,000, and to the foreign-based athletes, $5,000. This disparity is causing some rift in the camp of Team Nigeria, and the Minister of Sport has come in to wade into the crisis. Femi Ajilore, as an ex-international, you've seen this play out. What would this do to the morale of the athletes in camp?
Well, I think it's not normal, you know. From my experience, any athlete that represents the team and the country, whatever that they are entitled to is always the same. So, but I don't know why it's happening like that now. So for me, I think it's important to get to the root of the situation before we can, you know, pronounce any judgment. So for me, I don't think it's normal, because ever since I've represented the country, both the professionals and the local players get the same bonus, irrespective of where they are playing from.
Of the teams, the Team Nigeria, not so well as much as we expected before the Olympics. We saw the athletes do very well in other tournaments and also qualifying tournaments for the Olympics. What do you think went wrong at the Olympics? Even though the interim president of the Nigerian Boxing Federation yesterday told us that lack of preparation and infighting within federations has led to the downfall of boxers at the Olympics.
Yes, you can agree with me that we've always had such problems, and that is what we get. When you don't prepare well, you don't expect to win, and it's quite unfortunate. It's something we've noticed all this while, and a lot of us have been clamoring about that things need to be changed. You can agree with me that some other countries, before the Olympic, 2 or 3 years, they've started their preparation. But you know, it's funny and it's quite unfortunate that in our country, 3 weeks, sometimes few months prior to the event, we'll start preparation. And before you know it, these athletes, you know, they are not well prepared for the Olympics. And that is what we get. You can see other countries have been winning medals. We are even yet to win probably 1 or 2. And for African giants, it's a sad one, but I think it's also a wake-up call to our country to know that if we have to participate and to bring pride to our country, we need to start, you know, early enough so that we can have all our athletes ready for the event.
All right, before I leave you, let's look at the issue of the Nigeria missing out completely at the football event for the men. How sad is that? Because that used to be one of our strongest points. And also the Falcons not going that far as expected.
Well, I will start with the Falcon. In my opinion, I think they did well. It's quite unfortunate that we had to play against, I would say the best countries, And if you check, our country for me is like the group of death. When you look at champions of Europe, champions of Asia, champions of Africa, and champions of South America, and we all know the Brazilians, we know the Spanish team as well, and of course the Japanese team as well. So you can agree with me that it is a very tough group, so to say. But of course, if you have to win the gold, you have to be ready to defeat the champions. But unfortunately, we were unable to do that. But kudos to the girls. In my opinion, they did their very best. But of course, we must agree that they played against a better side. So coming back to the male side is very, very unfortunate because our country is known for football. I myself have been privileged to participate in the Olympic, and of course we did so well. Though unfortunately we could not win the gold, but we were able to come home with silver. And for us not to be in the Olympic is very disheartening for me because, like I said earlier, we are known for football, and this is to tell us that our football is going is almost getting dead, and we can't continue to allow this to happen. And you can agree with me that our grassroots football is part of the problem. If we have a good structure for grassroots football, some of these players would have been discovered earlier enough and they will all be ready to participate. In our time, most of us have been playing right from our grassroots to the level that we were then, and we were able to justify our inclusion. But if you see these days, we don't even have those structures. Sometimes before their games, the preparation and is just disheartening. I'm just short of words, So, but you can agree with me that we have not done so well in terms of our grassroots football. And our FA also, there is a lot they need to put in place. And this has to tell you that the people that are in position to put things right are not doing the best for the team, for the country. And that is to tell us that we really need those that are really qualified to be in some positions if we want to get it right.
All right, let me get across to Chris Onokbeku, CAF license coach. Chris, thank you for holding on. Chris, let's look at the performance of Team Nigeria at the Olympics. What will be your scorecard for Team Nigeria?
If there's anything less than zero, I'll give it to them, especially to the minister. You can't give what you don't have. That is what is actually happening. I'm not even bothering myself watching that because I know nothing will come out of it. If you look at our preparation so far, this is what you get when you put a square peg in a round hole. We keep on saying this again and again, and the government don't seem to understand what is happening. Is it possible for you to put an engineer in charge of Ministry of Health or the Ministry of Justice? I don't know why they just pick anybody. I know sport is all about administration, but do you just pick anybody that does not know anything about sports? Somebody that will be allowing the SA and the PA to tell him what to do because he doesn't have any knowledge of these sports. So I think it's a big lesson. It's a good lesson for us to learn because we don't deserve any medal. You don't prepare like this. Look at our team. Look at our team, our football team. We couldn't qualify. Look at the team that qualified. Almighty Nigeria couldn't qualify. It's a shame. Look at our female team. When do they start preparation? Less than 3 weeks to the Olympic. Who does that? It would be an injustice for us to have gone far in this Olympic or to even win medal. You don't prepare like this. It is showing even in the government as we speak now. People are protesting. We don't do things anyhow. You expect to get, you keep on doing things the same way and you want to get a different result. It's not possible. And coming to the issue of money that was given to athletes, 5,000 for the home base, 10,000 for the foreign base. I understand that. I want to believe that maybe because of the currency exchange, maybe because of the exchange rate, that was why they gave the foreign base 10,000 and gave the. But for me, I think all fingers are equal. It doesn't matter where you stay. Everybody should be paid the same thing. Whether you stay abroad, it doesn't matter. Pay them the same way you are paying the other people because they are doing the same sport. One person is not doing more than the other person. As long as they are doing the same sports in the various fields, they should be paid the same amount. But for the minister, you don't prepare like this. I don't like. It's not as if I have anything against him. But if it were to be during Sunday Dare, this athlete would have done better. Go and check the record. Even Sunday Dare, I don't even like his style, but they will have done better under him. This minister did not help matter. He's always coming in when things have gone wrong. You don't do things like that. You don't do things like that. Just like Ajilore said, you don't prepare. You know that the Olympic is 4 years' time. You start preparing some months before the Olympic. Who does that? It will be injustice to those who have been preparing for a long time. So for me, I think we deserve what we got. Tony.
All right. Chris, let's look at Toby Amosun begins her defense or her journey today at the Olympics at the track and field. What's your expectation for Toby Amosun? How big is the burden for her to ensure that Nigeria does well?
Well, Tony, I'm not expecting anything. The athletes, from my investigation, they are not well motivated. If they were, Favor will have done better. Okorodudu will have won, even if it's a bronze. They are not well prepared, let alone motivated. So the ministry is expecting individual effort from these girls because they have done well in the past. They believe they can still do the same thing. There's no need for them to prepare them well. For me, if Amosun wins, good and fine. But I'm not expecting anything. I'm not even expecting any medal, not even a golden bronze. Or if there's anything like what's it called, frankincense. I'm not expecting anything from them because the preparation was so poor. And when you ask them, they will tell you there's no money, there's no money. If you don't have money, there's no need for us to go on a jamboree. Because as far as I'm concerned, we went on the jamboree, wasting the country's resources.
All right, Coach, let me get Femi Ajilore into the discourse. Femi Ajilore, let's look at the new season gearing up and clubs are beginning to get players into their fold. We still have Victor Osimhen still yet to move from Napoli. What's your take as regards what Osimhen is experiencing in terms of teams pulling out from buying him due to the high fees being demanded by Napoli? And also, I'd like you to weigh into the fact that recently, Emmanuel Amunike has been hired as the coach of Heartland of Owerri. And we know that on the flip side, Finidi George is the coach of Rivers United. How do you see these two things panning out for the new season and for Nigerian players across board in the transfer market?
Well, thank you once again. For the transfer market, I think the market is still open. It's quite unfortunate what is happening around Osimhen, but I still believe before the transfer window closes, I'm sure by God's grace he's going to secure another club. Though the asking price from Napoli was too much, and I think this has affected him. So many teams that are interested, due to this high costs for him, this is also affecting his movement. So, but I believe, like I said, that the transfer window is still open, and I am hoping that he will get into another club. If he doesn't do that, it might be so difficult for him playing again in the Napoli for this season. And you can agree with me that Osimhen is in a position in Napoli now, where we don't know if he will go up, and you can see from the body language of the coach that he's trying to do without him. So, and I think that is the more reason why they are hoping to sell him. And I also think it's also good for him to experience another atmosphere where he can re-energize so that we can get the best out of him again. If that doesn't happen, I don't know what we made up of Osimhen this season. So when we look at our Premier League, like you have rightly said, Amunike to Atland is a good and a welcome development, to our football. If we have some of these good coaches handling some of these teams, we will begin to see good football, hopefully, and we'll begin to see the knowledge that some of our homegrown coach have to offer in the game. So it's going to be an exciting one, knowing fully well that we have Finidi, we have Amunike, we have some other ex-international that are going to handle some other clubs like Sunshine. When you look at, what's his name? I've forgotten. If I remember, I will mention it. So
Boboye?
We have many of them that have played. Yeah, Boboye, Kennedy Boboye. So you can see that the competition is going to be very tight because everybody is going to come out with their A game, for the teams, and everybody has something to offer. And yeah.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. I want to say a big thank you to Chris Onokbeku for joining us on the program this morning, and also Femi Ajilore, ex-international. Thank you for being on Talk Sport this morning. That's how much time we allow us to take on today's edition of the program, Talk Sport. I want to say thank you to the entire team that made sure we got back to you despite the technical glitch that ate into our time space. My name is Anthony Momodu saying good morning, and let's do this again tomorrow.